Hey guys, it's Mr.EasyBB from AvacWeb, and today's lesson is on HTML image maps. An image map is an image with clickable areas. We need to understand image tags as well as the map tag, and in conjunction with the area tag, they create the image map. In HTML5, the ID attribute of the image or the map tag is specified. It must have the same value as its name attribute, though this is not true if we are using 4.01 transitional. In XHTML, the name attribute is deprecated and removed, so we need to use the ID attribute instead. Okay, so we're gonna create an HTML5 document here in Dreamweaver. Doesn't matter what you use. Okay. So first we need to figure out our file path for our images. We're going to rename this to campus map. Okay, so let's give our image source equals campus map.jpg. Of course, this isn't completely true yet, but alright, anyways. The image map, or the image itself, has an additional attribute to it, which is called useMap. Now we're going to need to give this a name, which you got a hash to it, and then we're going to give it a name. We'll say campus map, just like that. And what was I saying earlier about if we use an ID on this, it has to have the same attribute for the map tag itself. Meaning, here, let's create a map. Name equals campus map. ID equals campus map. But that's how we have to select this. So we're going to save this in a new folder. Campus map, we're going to just call it, I guess. We'll just label that for everything. Okay. So campus map. Alright, so our image is working. You always want to check for the image is working. If it's not working, you probably got the directory path wrong. If you saw earlier how I did that, you have to change these backslashes to forward slashes. Alright, so now let's get going here further. Okay, so now let's figure this out for us. Like I said, XHTML, the name attribute is gone, so you have to take this out. That's what I was trying to say. And then, yeah, we're going to have to use the ID. But then for HTML5, we have to make sure these are the same. For HTML 4.01, you don't need to do that. Once this is done, we can start with the area tags inside, which give the image of the clickable areas. Now with HTML5, the area tag does have new attributes, though. We may not look at these in full. The area tag mainly consists, I'm going to start writing this. It mainly consists of shape, coordinates, ref, and alternative. Now you have all these other things on here, but a lot of them you don't ever use these. Okay, so let's start off with our shape, and now you'll see three different shapes: a circle, a polygon, and a rectangle. For this demonstration, we're going to use rectangles, though I will show you how to use polygons and circles. Then for chords, we don't know those yet. Ref, we don't know that yet either. And alternative. this is alternative text in case image is broken. Sorry about that. And you're just going to keep doing this for as many links as you want. For my demonstration, I'm not actually using real alternative text, though you're going to want to make sure yours is better defined. Meaning, if this link is supposed to be going to Google, it says click to go to Google. Okay? So for now, we're going to keep this to one actually makes it go to Google. And for this one, we're going to make this one go to our website, AvacWeb.com. And then for this one, let's go to, we'll just say yahoo.com, whatever. Alright, so to get the coordinates, there's also other attributes that we can use, which I forgot to say, which is target. And this tells the browser how to run this link. Usually when you click a link, if there is no target specified, it just takes that window or tab that you're in and follows the link. Well, you can also go blank underscore blank, and it'll create a new window or tab depending on your browser. And there are other ones, which would be in HTML4, you have no ref, which would be this. All you do is write no ref and leave that alone. Well, you don't ever have to, just like that. But you have to get rid of this, meaning there is no href and it's not going to follow anything. But that is not allowed in HTML5 anymore, and this is an HTML5 document. And then HTML5 has a new tag. Well, they actually have a few new tags, but if you're watching this video, you probably don't understand a lot of these new attribute tags. Though, the main one you guys probably would know is download, which you're just going to go like this. Download. Okay. And that's all you're going to do for download. But we're going to keep them for refs. So, alright, now let's find our coordinates. So we're going to open up MS Paint. Okay, and file open in our pictures. We're going to open up this image. Now, the way you turn on the grids and the rulers is by clicking the View tab, click Rulers and Grid Lines. We want the status bar as well. Now, for our first one, we're going to create one link, we'll say in the tree area. So we're going to start over here. Helps if we move this up. Alright, we're going to start right over here. And that's 150 by 49. Let's zoom in on this. Alright, so I said about right there. Hold on. Okay, so it looks like we're not going to get anywhere from the actual image, so unless we do that. So we'll go 150 48. So the way we do rectangles is you go from one point, which is that's 1 point, separate them by commas, and then we're going to go to our second point, which we're just going to go about, we'll go over all the way over here. Now we started from the top corner over here, and we want to go from the bottom corner over here. That's 389.94. And that's all we need for rectangles. Now let's create another one, and we'll create one right here. This is nice and easy. 310, 130, 133. And then down here, 353, 144. And then for our pop-out one, let's create this K building to be that. So 494, 145. If you guys are wondering where I'm looking, it's right down in here in this corner. If you watch it when I'm moving around, you see the numbers change. Those are the pixels, and that's where we want to get our coordinates. So 493, 145. And then we need to go to the opposite corner, which we're going to make it so it's actually top building. 529, 163. Alright, so we can save this. Now what we want to do is we're going to actually test this out. So go back here and open this up. Oh, our cursor changed. Cursor changed, and that changed. As you see, that opened up Google in a new window. G, open up AvacWeb. Let's go back. And then the tree line, see how it goes all the way over here? And it's a square. Goes to yahoo.com. Alright, so for a circle, let's just create a new area. Shape equals circle. Chords equal nothing. Href equals nothing. And alt equals nothing. I'm going to leave these blank except for href, which I'm just going to go to. I have no idea where to go now. Let's go to nettuts.com. Now for a circle, all you're going to need is x, y, and then half the size of the circle, or otherwise known as radius. Okay, so let's open up our image here, and we can zoom out to see if we find any other circles besides that one. Looks like the only circle is right there, so we're going to zoom in, and we're going to come over, come down. Alright, so we want to go in about the center, which is right about there. 445, 132. That's the only two coordinates we need. 445, 132. And now we need to get the size. And how do we do that though? That's pretty easy. If we want our whole shape to be this size, we gotta get the size of this. So, okay, we're gonna go right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so 9 should, I believe, should work. And then what I'm looking at is up here, this little red line going in the 1 pixel each. Alright, so let's just try 9. We'll see what happens. Save that. Alright, so our circle's not that big, so we're going to have to create this just a little bit, probably a little bit bigger. And what's the lovely thing about this is we can change it. So let's go about 12. That's good enough. And we can click it. And it goes to Tuts Plus. They just had to redirect to it, that's all. And for polygons, these ones are going to be a little bit harder. And the only reason why I say they're a little bit harder is because they have more coordinates to them. Though they don't need to technically have more coordinates. You can actually make a triangle with this, which I'll show you how to do. All you need for a triangle is what? 3 points, correct? So we're going to create a triangle right where the ballpark is. So 528, 103. that's what I said. Your first two coordinates and your last two coordinates do not match, the browser will try and close this. So what we want to do now is create our first shape, since it's a triangle, or coordinate, I mean, since this is a triangle, so that it will close it. So here goes nothing. Let's try it out. As you can see, it created a perfect triangle, and that's pretty awesome. You can keep going into this as far as you want. And when I draw a red line on here, make sure you don't save this, or else you'll basically be screwed. But if you wanted to create, say, I don't know, an arrow. Let's say an arrow. And you want it to be pointing down to this road. Right there. Well, we got our shape now. Let's zoom into this. Now all we have to do is go from here to here, down to here, over here, to here, 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 and here. Actually, let's just do it so you guys can see a better example. Alright, so we'll leave our triangle alone. Area, shape, equals poly, chords, equals quotes, ref, equals nothing, alt, equals nothing. Alright, so let's get our first coordinates. Let's go from 177 to 179. To 192, 179.
Okay, now we're going to come down here, go 192 to 200. Over to 189, 200. Down to here, which would be 185, 221. Now if we wanted to get this just like it is, we could do that. We could just go 184, 221. And come back up to 107, 200. Wait, did I say 107? What did I say? Yeah, 170, 200. Come over to 177, 200. And come all the way back up to our first point, which is 177, 179.
Now the reason why I showed you this one was because there's a lot more coordinates. As you can see, all of these coordinates is for that. So now we're going to zoom out, take our triangle off of there so we don't lose it. As you can see, that's a perfect triangle right there. Perfect. So let's look back over and let's look at what we have. So far we did a triangle, an arrow, sorry. Yeah, get that out. An arrow, a triangle, regular rectangle, a circle, another rectangle, and a larger rectangle. Pretty easy, right? Well, that's it for me. I hope you benefited from this, and please like this video, comment, plus it, share it, whatever. Also, don't forget to follow us on Google+, and to get any of the latest videos from AvacWeb tutorials. This is EasyBB checking out, and I'll see you guys later.